Welcome back to the Xenotactic Duo Championships. We are now on Game 2, following on from Xena and Goddess's winning Game 1. They will now want to maintain that winning streak to get right up the leaderboard. Looking at the leaderboard, there are 197 points separating 4th place from 1st as of last week. So there are still plenty of opportunities for the teams to improve their placement with 2 more matches still to go. And as always, I will be streaming for both of them. And we are starting off with Deathly Hallows Redders of Team 4 at the moment. And with the flight path starting off at the eastern side of Impala and ending at the northwestern side at La Cabrera. As always, there are plenty of hot drops on the way, with Los Leones, San Martin and El Pozo being popular choices. And with Team 46, Zen, and Team 29, Sundervodin jumping early, heading down to Puerto Pareso. We also have Team 42, Penn, going north towards the coastline and Impala. And we also have Sundervodin heading to La Bendita, with a few other teams jumping along the way. A large batch of teams have dropped near to San Martin and Hacienda, and we now have the final few teams jumping towards La Cabrera. And here we go. We have the Deathly Hallows landed near to La Cabrera, with Team 36 Jen just passing by. The first zone has been refilled and it is moved down to the south, cutting off El Pozo, Water Treatment and Cruz de Val, but leaving in play Los Leones and Chumacera. We've just seen Fuji get a knock by Car as he drives around in the bus, with Akram from the L's just trying to go and get revived. Fuji is now giving chase. And that is Akram down 2, with Fuji now being knocked by Reigns from Riot. And that is the end, with a shotgun getting a kill there. And SS Avery has just picked up a Scar and is also equipped with a shotgun, and will now have to play Game 2 solo following the death of teammate Fuji. But let's have another look at the map, and what we are going to do is go straight up to Team 16, the winners of Game 1, Goddess and Xena, as they find themselves nearby to Team 18, Mortal and Kitten. And it looks as though things have started to quieten down just a little, as the play zone is being restricted again in around 2 minutes 50. And Elf Klein has just knocked Damo with an M4. And Susan Jacqueline gets the finishing shot. But Elf comes right back in and gets Susan Jacqueline on the left-hand side. So let's jump straight over as we have a quick look. And yes, Elf has just got a kill. So it's now 2 kills for the Elf team. And they appear to be alone relatively at the moment, with Team 6 nearby, along with Team 17, 28 and 15. But what we will now do is go straight over to Team 18. And we're looking at Kitten, who has Team 50 nearby, and that consists of Faceless and Ninja, along with Team 16, Goddess and Xena. And here come these shots with Mortal shooting towards Team 50, with Faceless and Ninja just firing back. That is Mortal knocked by Ninja and an AKM. With Kitten now trying to work out the best way to get to Mortal to get the revive. And Verts has just knocked Vape Denny on the left-hand side. And Kitten is now throwing smokes as more grenades come in, courtesy of Team 50. And Kitten is throwing another smoke. Ninja and Faceless are not yet pushing, with Faceless just moving to the left a little bit so they can cover both sides of the road. Kitten is now making a move with shots ringing in, but just manages to get across relatively unscathed. And now more smoke's being thrown, and Faceless and Ninja will now start pushing in to try and get the kills, with Ninja moving to the right, getting that right rotation, and Faceless staying on the left. And Kitten is now getting the revive. And we are now just going to go up north to Team 35, who have Team 10 Elf nearby, with Shadow and Quan on the outside, Nick and Fitzy on the inside. And Penvish has just knocked RPG Storm with a Car 98. And that is Jen Nick getting a knock on Elf Shadow, with shots now being fired towards Elf Quan. And Elf Quan gets a knock on Jen Nick, as Fitzy now thinks twice and goes back round. And Sons of Odin Raptor has just knocked Right Wizard with a grenade, with Penvish getting 2 kills on the RPG team. And there's a smoke thrown by Fitzy there, as Elf Quan retreats momentarily. And Kitten gets a grenade knock on Ninja, who we were with just a moment ago, where we saw Mortal knocked, but luckily Kitten managed to get the revive there. And that is a finish from Kitten on Ninja. And Elf Kwan is still being fired at by the Gen team. And whilst Nick provides covering fire, Fitzy pushes forward, but Elf Kwan retreat around the back of the small church there, with Mortal getting the finish on Faceless on the left-hand side. And Fitzy is now rotating right, Nick on the left. And here we go, Elf Kwan has got the knock on Nick and is now just on the outside of the church, hoping to get the finish on Fitzy. Fitzy retreats, fires back on Elf Kwan. And that is a finish. Fitzy gets the kill on Elf Kwan there, with Riot Wizard taking out Sons of Odin Raptor. And as they are now inside the blue zone, they will need to make a move forward. They may come across Sons of Odin Tiger, who is just behind them, coming down from Torre Ahumada. We have Team 18, who are at El Azahar. Team 38, Gen, are now moving in, along with Team 12 Pro. We've just seen Got No Mercy get a knock on the Gen team. So let's see if we can jump over there quickly and have a look. And Team 48, are now going up against Team 36, Gen. We have one knock, courtesy of Got No Mercy at the moment, with Temp being the last standing member of Team 36. And that has Got No Mercy getting 2 kills there on the Gen team. So it's 2 kills at the moment for Zen Queen and Got No Mercy. And here comes the red zone, and Team 48 are finding themselves right in the middle of it. But they are now taking cover inside along with their vehicle. And for now, strangely enough, what we are seeing are all teams just staying a little bit apart at the moment. It is game number 2. We are now midway through the final of the Xenotactic Duo Championships. All teams will be trying to get the placement points and the kill points at the moment to move themselves further up the leaderboard. And even though for those teams that are down the bottom at the moment, although it will be very hard for them to improve their placement, that does not mean that they're not going to try any harder to stop the other teams from getting those points. They are going to gatekeep that leaderboard to try and stop the higher placed teams from moving any higher. So this may be why so many teams are separate at the moment. They're just reviewing their tactics, they're reviewing their gameplay, and are trying to work out if there's anything different they may want to do to try and make sure that they don't get taken down so early and get those placement points. And at this stage, it is going to be maybe 1 or 2 points that make all the difference. So every little really does help here. And all of these teams, they're going to try their best, you know. They want to do well. And it's going to be a really great couple of games coming up. We're in game 2 now. We've still got game 3 to go. And that will be where we really see the push coming from these teams. And so far, watching game 1, I'm very impressed with the gameplay that we have seen. Players playing smart, they're playing tactical, they are playing to win, and it is brilliant to see. So congratulations to all the teams so far for their brilliant playing, their incredible hard work, and I think they can all be incredibly proud of the way that they've played tonight. And time will tell. We will find out shortly after game 3 who the winner is of this season. And as always, next season Xenotactic Duo Championships will be back, and if you would like to take part and haven't yet, please head over to their Discord server. The link will be in the description below when these videos are uploaded later on tonight, along with the best bits of tonight's 3 games. So let's continue. We are watching Team 48, Got No Mercy and Zen Queen. And Gen Nick has just got a knock on Gen Spook with a Mini 14 on the left-hand side. And if we have a quick look at the zone, let's jump straight over to Team 38. And they are inside a vehicle at the moment. They're going up against Team 30. Their vehicle is smoking, so they will want to get out as soon as they possibly can. But Team 30 are relentless, and they are still pushing. It's Sons of Odin Daz, who will want to get a few more points for the Sons of Odin team, who did brilliantly well last week and really gave themselves a fighting chance of getting higher up the leaderboard. And they will want to continue that push tonight. But Team 38 will need to be mindful. They are on the edge of a red zone. And they also have Sons of Odin in front of them. So they are fairly sandwiched both ways. Now Got No Mercy has just taken down Tango with Redders, taken down Wizard by car. And Got No Mercy gets the kill on Tango. Ghost gets the kill on Redders. And Elf Drew gets the kill on Gen Spook. And Team 38 are now making their way across the map by foot. They are in the blue zone at the moment with around 810 metres to go. I Am Game has just taken down Elfwaz with an M24. But luckily, Where's Wally has got 5 first aid kits to hand, so he should be okay to get across the map at the moment. But what we will do is just leave them to carry on running. And what I will do is just make a brief comment at the moment. Kitten's just taken down Pendevious by M4. But what I've just noticed is that Sons of Odin, Daz and Tiger have got an incredible 1-1 split at the moment. Now, I've often said this in streams. The idea of a split is to get that rotation, to take another team by surprise. When they're doing it so early on, it could be an indication that they are trying to go to placement. Because if you knock a player and you get the knock, the first thing you'll think of is, right, there's another player nearby. And that will then take your concentration. You'll be trying to think, oh, where are they? Are they nearby? Can they see me? Can I see them? Will they shoot me? And then, strange enough, it turns out that they are miles away in a totally different area. But it's taken that time. And those few seconds it takes you to work out that you're safe, it can mean that another team has a chance to just sneak in and finish you off, meaning that their aim of getting placement has absolutely worked. So that may be what they're doing at the moment. But here we go. We've got Gen Fitzy, who's just taken down Elf on the left-hand side. So let's leave Team 38 to just move in. They are coming across a red zone very shortly and are now finding themselves right in it, along with Team 18, 7 and 41. But what we will do is let's go over to Team 35, Gen Nick and Fitzy. And we have arrived just in time as they take on the Elf team, with Gen Nick firing towards Elf Kvesh and Elf Vision. Elf Vision has just been revived by Kvesh there, and Pen Cons takes down one of the Gen team of Team 38. And we've now got Sons of Odin Daz, who has just spotted Nick and gets the knock. And that is it for Gen Knock, with Sons of Odin Daz getting the kill with UMP. And Fitzy takes down Daz and gets the knock. And now we will see if Gen Fitzy thinks about whether there's another player from Team 30 around. And it looks as though he is. He's looking around. He is trying to spot where another player could be hidden. And because he can't find it, he's starting to think in his head, am I at risk? Is there somebody else around? What do I need to do? And that concentration and that thinking is what can waste the time. And that is where teams like Team 11 and 17 who are nearby can hear the gunshots and can start moving in to try and get another kill. And Reigns has just taken down Elf Kvesh there of Team 11. And as we see, Fitzy just moving in. And there we go. The right team takes down 2 more players. So let's have a quick look as they have 3 kills at the moment. And Reigns was just going prone briefly just to reload. And they are now looting. They have Gen Fitzy just coming over the edge. And Reigns is just taking cover inside of a building at the moment as Gen 1 Pound Fish takes down Got No Mercy. So let's jump straight over to Team 48. And there we go. Gen Fish also takes down Zen Queen. And we have now been sent straight over to Death Defying Savage and Gemma, who have Team 39 Gen just up ahead at North 15. And Philippek has just knocked Kitten with an M24. And now Mortal will be trying to get the revive. And Philippek and Reigns are now just rotating around by vehicle. They're over at 160 going right. But both Mortal and Kitten are now up and running, and they have the Morado nearby, so they will want to use that to travel the 470 meters to get to the next zone. And Phil takes down Bluey of Sons of Odin with a VSS. So let's jump straight over as we look at Sons of Odin Odinson at the moment. And again, it looks as though they did a brief 1-1 split. And unfortunately, as a result, Bluey has been taken down. But Odinson is still alive to get those additional placement points. He is going straight towards Xena and Goddess at the moment, who are on the top left of that mountaintop. And we have another Sons of Odin team nearby towards 15. And here comes the zone. But Odinson's just on the boundary, so he should be safe if he moves in just another couple of meters. Avery has just taken down Phil with the Car 98. And Pen Vish takes down Philippek with the AWM. And Pen Menace gets the grenade kill on Philippek and the kill on Reigns with an M249. And Death Defying Savage has just jumped in and taken Jen Fish down with the M4. We've got Xena and Goddess on the top. The play zone takes down Jen Fish. And Odinson is now hiding in a bush. But let's have another quick look at the zone. And we're going to go straight over to Pen Menace, who is getting kills left, right and centre. We've got Team 7, Peekaboo and I Am Game just up ahead at 310. They have been spotted by the Pen team, along with Mortal and Kitten just next door. And now shots are being fired. Pen Menace is just moving around to the left slightly. A Molotov has been thrown. And he's now throwing at I Am Game. Now the benefit of an M249 is that the amount of bullets you have in each mag is huge, but the recoil is dreadful. And Pen are now being fired upon by Mortal and Kitten, with Mortal getting the knock on Pen Menace. Pen Vish gets the explosive blow on Peekaboo and I Am Game and takes them down with another 2 kills for the Pen team. They are still being fired upon by Kitten and Mortal of Team 18, and they have Pro and Elf Drew just coming across just behind them. And Pen Vish is now firing upon Pro and Elf, whilst Pen Menace's health continues to fall. A smoke has been thrown, and Pen Vish is trying to get the revive. And just in time, with literally no time left at all, Pen Vish gets that revive on Menace. And there we go, Pen Menace is now back up using a med kit to get back 100% of health. They've got Sons of Odin up ahead by 240. And Mortal has just taken down Snipes on the left-hand side with an M4. The zone is doing a fair amount of damage, but with only 40 metres to go, they should be okay. As the play zone finishes off Verts and Sons of Odin Peaky B, meaning that Moonin is also taken down. Odinson has just taken down Xena, but Goddess jumps in and gets the kill, with the play zone also finishing off Sons of Odin Tiger there. And Avery takes down Pro, and Kitten gets the kill there on Avery. And Pennis just got another kill on the Sons of Odin team, and is now being fired upon by Team 34, Death Defying. And Xena has just taken down Mortal, and now Pen Menace is trying to get a killer shot with the AWM, but just hasn't managed to get the right shot yet. We have Elf on the left-hand side, Team 12. And it seems as though the only person who is not being fired at the moment is Pen Menace, with Goddess knocking Mortal and getting the kill there, with Xena finishing off Kitten. And Elf are now moving to the right-hand side, with Team 34, Death Defying just to the right, as Savage gets a knock on Xena there. And the play zone, unfortunately, finishing off Goddess. And Pen Menace is now being rushed by Team number 12, the Elf team. just moves out of the building and gets the knock on Elf Drew. And is now rotating round to get Pro, who is just hiding behind a door at the moment. And although things are becoming very heated and fast, we now have our top 3 for game 2 with Pen, Death Defying and Elf. And Death Defying are now moving in from the left-hand side with Pen Menace jumping through the building, armed with an M249. Pen Menace gets the kill on Drew and knocks Death Defying Savage. Gemma is now firing, but Pen Menace just manages to get away in time. We have Pro on the outside. Pen Menace is now using a first aid kit, with Pro just rotating around to the outside. And we are going to go straight to bird's eye view to get the finish. We've got Pro there preparing a grenade to be thrown. Throws it to the corner of the wall. Why? I have no idea, as nobody's there. But Pro is now using an energy drink to get a bit more health, to act as support for him as he makes his final push. And is now moving around, crouched by the wall. We have Death Defying Savage back up and running. Gemma is rotating right. Pen Menace is inside with a molly being thrown. And Pen Menace is just managing to get out and takes down Pros. It's Death Defying against Pen for the win on game 2. Pen Menace knocks Death Defying Savage. Gemma is behind a tree. And Pen Menace knows exactly where Gemma is. And Gemma knows where he is. And he will now try and get the shot on Gemma. And there we have it, the end of game 2. And some brilliant gameplay from the Pen team, who come first with 14 kills. We have Death Defying in second with 3. We have Elf in third with 2. We have Riot in fourth with 3. We have Mortal and Kitten in fifth with 4. We have Sons of Odin sixth with 1. Salty Snakes in seventh with 4. We have Sons of Odin in eighth with 1. Sons of Odin in ninth with none. And Sons of Odin in 10th with 1. If you have enjoyed this stream, please follow the channel with new content added daily. We will be back in just a moment for the final game of this season of Xenotactic Duo Championships. I am Summer, and please join us in just a moment. We will be right back, and thank you very much for watching.